Fielded in the end zone, it's Johns. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Fresh setter downs going to the air. Throws to the wideout. Caught, it's Carter. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Apparently, line number 1 on the game plan, attack now, immediately.
And this quarterback, he smelt it. He knew he had an opportunity. This is a guy who loves taking shots any chance he has. You saw it on that first play of the game.
An explosive play to start the drive, and they'll try to keep the D on its heels. Fresh set of downs going up top. Makes the grab. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
Oh, that is a rope for the completion in this offense. I'll tell you, you think about great Seminole quarterbacks, the 3 W's. Wenke, Winston, Ward. Dudes that could change the game. Heisman Trophy winners. Every defensive coordinator was scared every time they had to play the Seminoles because of that vaunted passing attack. And this guy, I think he has D coordinator seeing ghosts because this guy can play at a high level.
And the Noles will line it up on 1st and 10. Motion from the wide receiver. From the red zone, looking for a man. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And I like where the quarterback got because I think he needed to check the football down, but the pressure got there a little bit too fast, and he just didn't have enough time to get it to his running back and maybe put a positive spin on this play instead of an incompletion.
Long way to go on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Flips it out to the back. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
That's a really nice job by the cornerback, playing with his eyes. He sees the running back release out of the backfield, sees him get the ball, and this guy's tough. You know, there are a lot of corners out there that would try to submarine these rig running backs, and then they get hurdled. Not this guy. Good job getting the tackle, getting him on the ground.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Lets it fly. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. 1st and goal from the 7.
Really nice play call there because the defense might have been thinking on 3rd and short in the red zone, they're probably going to run the football. Instead, they throw it, catch him off guard, and now they've got 1st and goal.
They'll run it on 1st and goal. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Seminoles!
We know a lot of offenses like to script their opening 10 plays going into games. They practice it over and over and over again throughout the week, and you just saw flawless execution on the opening drive by the offense. A nice job mixing in pass and run, getting different guys involved here early. They cap it off with a nice run late, but what a great job to take control of this game and the offense. They've got it moving now.
And wait just a second, the official's going to take a second look at this one. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Tries again to get it in. And he's in! Touchdown, Florida State!
And they talked about it this week with us. They talked about wanting to start this football game fast. Nothing like taking the opening possession, using your script to your advantage, and then getting closer and exerting your physicality, running the football in, off to a hot start for this offense.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. They march 79. The Seminoles offense comes out ready to get this drive started. Off to a good start here and back to work now with a 7-3 lead. Snaps it, they'll throw to start the drive. It's complete on the right side. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. Big play on the catch. It'll be enough to move the chains, but there is a man still down on the field. Medical personnel out there checking on this senior defensive back. You love to deliver a punch on the first play of the drive. They've got it at the 46 on first down. From the gun, the running back has it. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. This conference has a history of getting wacky, and the last thing you need to do is get off to a slow start in ACC play.
And what does everybody talk about every year, right? Like conference games, how much they matter, the familiarity with everybody around you. You can only start this one time, so let's bring that energy, bring that momentum. Who wants to start the season off right?
Well, the ACC is a conference that feels like oftentimes it just goes down to the wire. And those games late in the season are the ones that really determine what happens. But you got to set yourself up for success, and it starts right here in the first conference game in the ACC for your team.
Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. Two-hand catches are preferable, not always necessary. Sticking the big mid up there and hauling it in.
And how about the play by the tight end, bailing his QB out? Because that was not a perfect throw, but he just stuck out that big paw and reeled it in.
The Seminoles have it with a 1st and 10. Hand off from the gun. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short game.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. This time they'll throw it. Nice play to knock that one down.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this first half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense has just had enough. I think they've said, you know what? You can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get...
Looking for the end zone. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting up.
Florida State comes out ready to put something together on this drive. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so you got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
And the Seminoles have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. Timed that hit perfectly to keep him from making the grab. It'll be 3rd down.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
The Noles come to the line needing just inches for the 1st down. Finds a man in the middle. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a 1st down as they mark it at the 40. They'll need a bunch on second down. Takes a snap, wants to throw. Got him quickly. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
We thought this guy might be a big weapon here and a big part of what the offense was going to try to do. And you've seen now, early in this game, they're going to him a lot. That's already his 5th catch. Defense can't cover him. He's such a big target, and you know this quarterback's going to keep looking his way.
I know it wasn't an interception, but a lot of times tips and deflections leads to interceptions. Great job by the defender getting his mitt on the football.
Second and long here. Looking to throw again. Wide open downfield. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14. And the Seminoles come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Looking for the score. He makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Noles!
Man, this offense has started the season off so good. 1-0 a week ago, right? Now building on it again. Great job putting points on the board. It's still the first half, but this unit looks dialed in.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, they put... So after the break, they'll go back to work. A snap, wants to throw to start this drive. Caught in the backfield, it's Miles. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
And that's really good defense. That's discipline, man. Understanding covering top to bottom, but not leaving the running back with a lot of space. They throw that football out to the flats. They break on it right now, give up absolutely no yardage. Nice job seeing it, breaking on it, and making the play.
Second down to the air. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
And that's 2 really good plays in a row by this defense. Nice job, man. They are on it. You can tell. Reacting to what's going on, rushing the passer, being disciplined, tackling. The most important thing is getting guys on the ground. Now they've forced an advantageous situation on 3rd and long.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
Yeah.
Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guy. Working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together here.
Hauls it in. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
Man, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
He's got an open man, and he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30.
Man, this quarterback is having himself a day. over 200 yards in the first half. It was hard enough for Palmer to get over 200 in a game, more or less in the first half.
Dropped after a pickup of 3 down to the 26.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Makes the grab on the left. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. First and goal from the 9. The Seminoles, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
First down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
Back to pass on second down. Trying to bull his way in. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You got to be aggressive, and you got to make tackles.
Will they be able to get that 1 more yard and stick it in here on third down? And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Florida State. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
PAT unit on the field. And the extra point makes it a 21-3 lead. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Handoff again. Just gets it to the 20, a pickup of 1.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
Third and long, a lot of ground to cover. From the gun, wants to pass. Blasted as he lets it go.
QBs and receivers on third down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure, the quarterback gets hit.
All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. This time it's complete. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Down to the 12-yard line, it's first down. Motion from the wideout. Wants to throw one first. He's got it and still on his feet. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Fires to the tight end. Touchdown, Seminoles! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. That'll be a gain of 5 out to the 27.
Love the push by the offensive line on that RPO play. Look how they just work the single teams and the double teams. You see linemen chipping off of their guys and climbing into the second level and getting a hat on the linebacker. That's why those types of plays are successful.
All over him immediately.
And how about that young man getting in the backfield again? He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start it, man. We're still in the first half, and he's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss. These are the kind of plays that really help your defense push these offenses behind the sticks.
3rd and 6 yards to go. They'll move the wide receiver. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Got it. Turning it on. He'll get a fresh set of downs, stopped at the 31-yard line.
Listen, at this point, the end of the first half, you're trying to generate some points. First downs are the most important thing. So a really good job there converting on that 3rd. I love the decision by the quarterback. You kind of wonder, though, are they going to want to be a bit more aggressive and maybe start taking some more shots and attack?
And in this weather, man, you start to see more of this. You try to throw the ball harder to penetrate it through the weather and get it to your target, but just catching a football that's a little bit slippery sometimes, you'll see some of those drops, and it's just part of the game.
Long way to go on 2nd down. This time he's got it. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the 1st down. Good, solid pickup on that play.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
They'll try to get it through the air. They pick it off, and this defense, a much-needed play. Trying to take it back. He's at the touchdown orange. The defense does the work itself with a pick 6. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Drops back on 1st down. Working on the right. And that's where they'll mark him, but a very productive play, and they'll move the chains. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Fresh setter downs going to the air. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
This quarterback is living dangerously now. He threw a pick earlier in the game, and he almost threw another one right there. These windows are tight. He's got to be really good with his decision-making.
They'll have to push the ball down the field here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Complete in the middle. Get it down to the 28-yard line. It is a 1st down, and they have to show some urgency here.
Yeah, and he's been throwing it all over the yard, and he's now over 300 yards on the day, so been a successful day. Now, 300 yards, I don't know, Palmer, 300 nowadays, that's like what back in the day for you?
That would have been 500. I would have won the Heisman, man. It's a big deal today in college football, no doubt. Listen, he's in a rhythm right now. He's in a groove. We've seen good decision-making. He's been playing on time, and he's been deadly accurate throwing it. And guess what? This game is far from over.
He is denied, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Barges ahead, and he breaks the play. Touchdown, Florida State.
And we are officially in blowout mode. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen so many explosive plays, and they score again before going in at halftime.
Getting set for the point after. And they tack on the extra point. It's 35-13. The Seminoles offense comes out ready to get this drive started. The last time they had it, just an aerial assault, precision execution, moved right down the field and put it in the end zone. Really good job making a play, getting it out to the 24 and moving those chains. First and 10 from their own 24-yard line. Right back to the well. Rumbles ahead for a pickup of 5 to the 29.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
And nice job getting the ball out of his hands quickly, understanding the big fella's open. And the big fella, I don't mean an offensive lineman anymore. That's what tight ends used to be, is just an extension of the O-line. These guys are now extensions at receiver. They can make big plays, get him the ball, run after the catch.
Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one. Running backs on either side of the quarterback. Keep it on the ground. Breaks into the open. Pulled down there, but they'll move the sticks, and it's a first down.
And it's really nice, whether it's RPO or not, is having a defensive line that stones the offensive line, takes away the gaps. It doesn't matter what your read is if you're winning up front on that defensive line.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. They got it blocked just enough, and a good gain on that run.
Yeah, and it's a nice decision by the quarterback when you run these RPOs. Man, if you can give it to them and you can get such positive yards like that, continue to do it. Make that defense react a different way, then I'll throw the football.
The Seminoles in a good spot here with second and short. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? Let's see what they do here on third and short from the 41. Looking to throw for it. And incomplete on the deep ball. The punt team makes its way onto the field. They'll look to pin him deep. And he can't. And the sudden change magnified for this defense as it's first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
And I'm good with it. I like what the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on first and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, and maybe I stick to it for another play or two.
Throws quickly. Snowed under by the defense.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
Wide receiver comes in motion. On third and goal, they'll try to throw it in. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And it's third and goal, and listen, you're throwing for it. I get it, but we got to understand the shortness of the field down here and what I can get off quickly. I can't take.
Florida State comes out ready to put something together on this drive. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting them.
Now we get a timeout taken by the Seminoles. That's their first. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Oh, pressure's coming. Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Taken down.
A lot of times with these RPOs, you see linebackers so slow, they don't want to mess up. Not on this one. Watch the defense attack downhill, go get the running back, get a tackle for a loss.
Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll be 4th down.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out.
Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. So thanks to the defense, they take over, big lead in hand, and an opportunity to run this clock out if they so choose.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly.
Intercepted, and finally, this defense makes a play.
I just love the fact that the defense is out there and they're still...
Guys, this offense will go back on the attack. First play of the drive, he'll look to throw. Fires to the big fella. Makes the grab, and down immediately. He picks up a few.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. And with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
Fires to the wideout. And the timing just a hair off. Holly, what update do you have on that?
Guys, things are starting to get intense down here on the sideline. The turnovers have been the story of this game, and it all starts with this defense. After that last interception, they came to the sideline, and the guys keep saying, let's keep eating. This defense is fueling this team today and taking control of the game. Guys?
Thanks, Holly. And the Noles have it with a 1st and 10. Ready, go! From the gun, running back on the move.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Right back to it. He'll be dragged to the ground, but it'll be a 1st down.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You've got a really nice lead here late. Just want to find ways to keep the chains moving. They're doing that.
He'll be stopped after picking up 5, and boy, did he lower those pads and keep those feet moving.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got a lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
And that's what the offense wants. They want to see you in man coverage, and they want to throw those slants, use those wide receivers and their big bodies to catch the football. Elite coverage. Great job being glued to your guy and being physical when he caught it. When he catches the football, I've got to immediately impact him so he can't catch it. That's how it's done.
And you just get the feeling that this defense has to find a way to get off the field and get the football back at this juncture of the game, trailing late if they're going to win.
They'll make the stop, but he gets 4 on the play, balls at the 25. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6.
Here we go, ready. Go.
They think they can impose their will here with the run to the right. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19.
And you hear people talk about the 4-minute offense all the time in football. What does that mean? That means you're getting 1st downs, running the clock, and just right now physically dominating up front. Nice job by this offense.
Might as well give it to him again. Pushes ahead for 1. It's 2nd and 9.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Doing damage on the ground as he runs it down to the 11-yard line.
And that looked like an easy decision for the quarterback. Hand it off, give him the ball, let him get 5+ yards. Nice decision, nice job by the running back getting the yardage.
Finds his big tight end. Touchdown, no! And they take it in for 6 more points. They add on to this lead, and it looks as if they'll be moving to 2-0.
And how about it? Everyone getting involved, getting the big tight end involved. This offense has done an unbelievable job scoring points. This defense has had no answers. Just keep it rolling, offense.
Lining up for the PAT. The kick is good, but the penalty flag indicates we've got a roughing the kicker call coming.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense. So let's all down and ready, go.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Getting that push, a pickup of 4 out to the 26.
Well, the offense has the lead, and we call this 4-minute offense. This is a situation that teams around the country practice, having the lead late in the game and needing to ice it by running the football and throwing high-percentage passes.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Drives inside. Oh, he's got some space. Really nice job there to pick up the first down and get it to their own 41.
And this offense does it again on 3rd down. They have been so elite on 3rd down all game long. That's the money down. All the coaches talk about it every single time we meet with them. They've been brilliant at it. They've built the lead, and they've got a good chance to finish this one out if they keep that up.
Here we go, ready.
Sends it back in motion.
Black 88. Ready, go.
They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Looks as if there is a Seminole still down on the field. That's the junior offensive lineman that they're counting on. We hope he can return to play soon. After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12.
Ready, go.
They've softened them up with a run. Now to throw it. Got his man downfield. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down. The Orange calling for a timeout. It's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. The Seminoles are moving quickly down the field. One running back in the backfield, and he has it.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. This is a designed run. The Orange call their 3rd timeout, and that's the last time they can stop the clock. And they'll have to navigate the rest of this game without being able to stop the clock. And the Seminoles lining up, just needing a few tough inches on 3rd down. Trying to squeak through the pile. They get him on the ground. The defense knew exactly where they had to stop him, and it's 4th down. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive.
offense's way. They're trying to ice this game late. They've got a really nice lead, so you just want to run the ball, high percentage throws, and keep the chains moving, and they're doing that. This has been a beautiful drive to watch. Offense continues to stay in a nice rhythm here late.
The Noles will have it 1st and 10. Wide receiver going in motion. Hand off from the shotgun. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Hands it off on the counter. There he goes. He'll be dragged down, but not before he's put the finishing touches on a win for his team.
And that's not a surprise to anybody, including the defense, that they turn and they give it to their running back, who they've been giving it to all game long. Up front, the offensive line, they deserve a ton of credit. Blocked and paved the way. This rushing attack has been lethal, and I'm not surprised that's how they end this football game.
And that's the kind of guy, too, David, you want at the end of the game, because he wants the ball into his hands to ice this thing. He's looking over the sidelines before that play call, and he's like, give it to me, let me finish this thing, and win this game for us, and that's exactly what happened.
Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. Stopped right there. They get the timeout called, 11 seconds remaining to play.
Timeout, Florida State.
It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone.
Ready, go!
Just feeds the running back. He'll be stopped right there. When we get to the offseason and they start having coaching clinics, they're going to roll this game tape back to show both offenses.
Dial it up and let it run. I mean, that's essentially what we saw in this game. It didn't matter what either offensive coordinator was calling. Everything seemed to work through throwing the football in the intermediate passing game, the RPOs, the run game, David. This was just clinical offensive football.
And offenses have evolved so much. They can do so many different